All right, buckle up. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got quite a stack of updates here, pulled straight from CoinMarketCap for June 4th, 2025.
Yeah, looks like a busy day.
Definitely. So, our mission today is basically to dig into these recent developments from all over the crypto space, find the really interesting bits, and try to figure out, what it all tells us about where things stand right now. Where's the action? What's moving?
And it's a good mix today, I think. It's pretty diverse. We're seeing market stuff, yeah, but also big strategic moves, new coins popping up, and even like these future-looking worries.
Right. Sort of gives you that snapshot feel. Present opportunities versus maybe future headaches.
Exactly. It really captures that tension in the market, I think.
Yeah.
Balancing the now with the what if.
Okay, let's get into it then. Let's start with some of the market dynamics. Fee rankings caught my eye. Something about PancakeSwap making a move.
That's right. Yeah, the data shows PancakeSwap has actually jumped past Circle in weekly crypto fees.
Past Circle. Wow. So where does that put them?
That puts PancakeSwap second overall now, just behind Tether.
Second place. Okay.
Yeah.
Behind Tether, ahead of Circle. What does that, tell us? Why is PancakeSwap generating so many fees right now?
Well, it's more than just general activity, right? It really points towards strength in DeFi. PancakeSwap is, mainly a DEX, a DeFi hub.
Right. Decentralized exchange stuff.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
climbing past a stablecoin issuer like Circle suggests a real pickup, or maybe just sustained high usage in actual DeFi operations. Think swaps, yield farming, all that stuff people pay gas for on, BNB chain or wherever they're active.
So the value capture is shifting, or at least growing strongly in that DeFi zone. Interesting. Okay, let's switch gears slightly. From platform action to like bigger strategic investments, add 'em back.
Yes, that's a significant one. Adam Back, Bitcoin OG, Blockstream CEO.
Yeah, big name.
He's invested $2.1 million into a company called H100 Group.
H100 Group. They're the Swedish firm, right?
Yeah.
Focusing on Bitcoin for company treasuries, helping businesses get Bitcoin on their balance sheets.
That's the one. And look at the market reaction. Their stock price apparently jumped, 37% right after?
Wow, 37%.
Yeah. And it's not just the money. 2.1 mil is significant, but it's also who invested. Having Adam Back put his money there, it's like a huge stamp of approval for that whole corporate treasury angle.
Absolutely. It really highlights this trend, doesn't it? Companies seriously looking at crypto for their reserves. And speaking of which, wasn't there another company doing something similar directly?
There was, yeah. Digiasia Corp,
Yeah.
a fintech company. They announced their own pretty large crypto treasury plan,
How large?
$100 million strategy, specifically focused on building up their Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings.
Okay, so you've got back investing in the enabler, H100, and then Digija just doing it themselves.
Exactly. It shows, it's happening from different angles, companies getting help, and companies just diving in.
Right.
Both are part of this broader corporate adoption picture.
Right. It feels like it's becoming more, I don't know, integrated into normal financial thinking. Okay, so let's talk about speed. BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF, I beat.
Yeah. This is where you really see that rapid adoption theme playing out.
Hmm.
The source we looked at highlighted just how incredibly fast iBeat has gathered assets.
That's how.
Like, it hit a top 25 ranking among all ETFs, not just crypto ones,
Yeah.
based purely on the speed it sucked in assets since launch.
Top 25 based on speed alone. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
What does that signal, especially coming from a giant like BlackRock?
Well, it's huge. It shows the sheer scale of traditional money that's ready and willing to jump into crypto if you give it the right product, something familiar, regulated.
Like an ETF.
Exactly. BlackRock doing this, getting this kind of velocity, it's a massive validation for Bitcoin in the TradFi world.
Yeah.
It suggests these new pathways, these ETFs, are like super highways for capital inflow.
Yeah, a well-used bridge for sure. Okay, shifting again. New coins, new listings. Binance had some news.
One of the updates mentioned Binance listed a new altcoin, Resolve, ticker Resolve.
Resolve. And the source called it double good news or something. Why double?
Right. Because it wasn't just listed for regular spot trading, it was also put on Binance Alpha and their futures platform, kind of all at once.
Ah, okay. Spot and futures together.
Yeah. For a new project, getting both on a major exchange like Binance right away, that often signals, some strong belief in its potential, or at least significant trader interest. Gives people more ways to trade it from the get-go.
Gotcha. Makes sense. And just to quickly mention, we also saw that article title, right? Ripple XRP price prediction experts now eyeing Bitcoin Solaris.
Oh yeah, the Crypto Daily guest post one.
Right. We don't have the article itself, but the title alone, it tells you what kind of buzz is out there, which coins and maybe speculative narratives are getting attention in some corners.
Definitely flags what people are talking about, or at least what some publications think people should be talking about.
Okay, so we've hit market shifts, corporate plays, the TradFi floodgates opening via ETFs, new listings. Let's look at the other side now. Potential roadblocks, big future challenges. There was something about quantum computing.
Right. This is that contrast I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
You have all this exciting growth, and then boom, this fundamental question. Is crypto ready for quantum?
And the concern is, what exactly? That quantum computers could just break everything.
Well, yeah, potentially. The source pointed out that financial analysts, as of early June 2025, are pretty worried. They don't think the industry is ready
Not ready for what, specifically?
for the possibility that powerful enough quantum computers could break the cryptography. The math that keeps wallets and transactions secure right now for many blockchains.
Oh, so like cracking the digital locks.
Essentially, yeah, that's the core threat.
Yeah.
People like Rick Mehta, an analyst mentioned, are voicing serious concern that the sector is, and I think the quote was something like, far from ready.
Okay, that's fundamental. Not just market noise, but a potential tech vulnerability down the line.
Exactly. It's not like it's happening tomorrow, but it's this looming long-term issue that needs, serious R&D, new algorithms, migration plans, way before it becomes an actual crisis.
And seeing that concern pop up right alongside news of BlackRock's ETF hitting milestones, it's quite the juxtaposition.
It really is. It kind of perfectly captures the state of play, doesn't it? You've got this immediate, almost frenetic market activity and adoption happening at the same time as these deep, almost existential tech questions are being raised.
So wrapping this up, looking at all these June 4th updates together, what's the big picture? We saw PancakeSwap fees suggesting DeFi strength, Adam Back in DigiAsia showing corporate crypto integration.
BlackRock's IBIT demonstrating massive, rapid TradFi adoption, Binance listing new assets.
And then this shadow of the quantum threat raising questions about long-term security.
Yeah, it paints a picture of an industry that's, absolutely booming in terms of present opportunity and connections to mainstream finance. But it's also facing, or maybe needs to face more directly, these really profound technological hurdles down the road.
Absolutely. And maybe that leaves you, the listener, with something to chew on. We see this incredible speed of adoption right now, money pouring into things like BlackRock's ETF. But then you hear analysts like Rick Maidita worrying out loud about readiness for something like quantum computing. So how do you balance that? How do you weigh seizing today's opportunities against preparing for or maybe hedging against those potentially massive future risks when you look at crypto? It's a tough balancing act these updates really force you to think about.